Jesse Cannon is the Antifa lead in San Diego. It's a little difficult to recognize him in his burqa-like Antifa garb, but you can see his photo on the left. You'll see the entire Antifa contingent at the end of this video.
We outnumber all the races and the haters, and we're going to stand in love and say, no, this is not going to happen. We already went to war. You dishonor all the veterans that died over there to stop the Nazis. It's not going to happen here. And we got to keep honoring Heather Heyer.
Marginalized people feel like they are unsafe, they will fail. All right, everybody, so we are going to get this rally started. Our first speaker is Ozzy Monge, lecturer at San Diego State University in the Department of American Studies. Ozzy?
That's right. By the way, I'm from the Department of American Indian Studies. So first and foremost, I want to recognize and acknowledge the fact that we're standing on Kumeyaay land. This is Kumeyaay land. Now, I'm not Kumeyaay. I'm Tana descendant. I'm an undocumented native. There's a long story behind that, but part of my joke is I'm part European too, but I can't prove it. Anyways, I'm honored and humbled to be invited to speak to you to kick this event off, because it's very important that we stand up to this pernicious form of hatred and racism. And when I heard that this was the spot that we're going to begin, I was like, really? Here? This place is very symbolic to me. Now, they asked me to speak to you about some things that you may not recognize that are white supremacist in nature, right? We're surrounded by symbols of white supremacy, but a lot of people don't recognize them because they've been normalized through education, right? I'm going to point up here. That is Father Sarah, right? Yes, Father Sarah. So this entire park is an articulation of what is known as the Spanish fantasy heritage, right? If you begin to understand the histories of how this place came to be, and the things that were done that led to the creation of this place, you'd be surprised to learn about all the nonsense that's built into this place, right? There is Father Serra, who was the father, now by the way, this is the California birth narrative, the father of California, because he established the mission system here, which was, Mission San Diego is referred to as the birthplace of California. What isn't talked about or spoken about in schools, and this is part of the pernicious 4th grade mission project, you guys may have done it, is the history, the bloody history, the rape, the abuse, the slavery that took place at the hands of los soldados de cuero, the soldiers that were there at the mission. These missions were basically akin to concentration camps. They were death camps. Not all of them, they would eventually evolve, right? But for the most part, these are places where indigenous cultures are being destroyed, indigenous languages are being destroyed, and if you understand the definition, the legal definition of genocide, these were sites of genocide. So, Sarah here is one of the people that's celebrated in California. In fact, at the state, I was just in Sacramento a couple weeks ago, there's a statue of Father Serra looming over a map of the state itself. Where else am I going to go? And this also, by the way, is one of my favorite spots because I teach at San Diego State University. The architecture there, by the way, is mission. Wrap it up. So, yeah, by the way, I'm a lecturer, so I tend to like go into lectures and stuff. When you begin to understand these hidden things that are the white supremacy, you begin to see these things that become more obvious. The 49ers, the Padres, one of my favorite mental things that drives me nuts is American native, right, at the Padres. Because of Father Jaime, who's over here, right? The Kumeyaay actually rose a revolt against Father Jaime and the mission system and burned the first mission down. So here he is, he's martyred. So all this stuff, and I guess the best thing I need to do now is wrap this up and say, if you want to learn more, I'll be here and I'll be happy to share with you what I know, or take my class, which is always good too. But I want to thank you all for coming out here today, and it's a beautiful day to rally against hate, so thank you.
From Raíces Sin Fronteras. Alex.
Buenas tardes, compas, ¿cómo están? Pues, antes que nada, queremos agradecer de parte de todos los compas, todas las compas que organizaron este evento muy bonito, ¿no? Creo que todo lo que nos trae ahorita no es el odio que siente este señor contra todas nosotros, sino el amor que sentimos por cada uno de nosotros. Y estamos aquí para hacerles backup, para protegerlos, ¿verdad? Es importante este momento porque más adelante sus hijos, nuestros hijos, los pequeños, los que vienen creciendo, ¿verdad? Van a preguntarles a ustedes, como papás, como mamás, hey, ¿y qué pasó cuando este señor estaba atacando a toda nuestra gente? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Tú qué hiciste? Y ustedes van a poder decir, bueno, yo fui parte de esa historia, yo estuve ahí en ese momento. Estamos aquí, señores, para crear historia, para ser parte de esa historia. Pues muchas gracias, compas. Esperemos que todo esto salga bien. Se los agradecemos con mucho corazón. Mi nombre es Alejandro Ortigosa de Raíces Sin Fronteras. Muchas gracias, compas. Gracias.
All right, everybody, we are just about to get this march started.
USA! going, sir? Hey, good. Good for you. Maybe they should, both sides should be protesting this.
Democracy looks like.
What does that sign mean again?
Show me what democracy looks like.
I've forgotten what that sign means.
Show me what democracy looks like.
Alright, so how many more people do you want?
But you guys need to go.
You guys need to go.
You two need to go.
Public area, sir.
Me?
Eric.